Hi, I'm Jill Stokold. I'm here today at the Baton Rouge Clinic, and I'm joined by Dr. Mallory Allen. She is one of the pediatricians here, and today we're going to talk about some prenatal classes. So,
Yes.
thank you so much for taking
Yes, of
time. I know
course.
you are very busy.
Uh-huh.
So talk to us first about what your role is here at the Baton Rouge Clinic.
Yes, so I am one of the general pediatricians. We have about 20 in two offices here at Perkins Road, and then we also have a pediatrics office at Industrialplex.
Oh, great.
So,
So, do
and
y'all
we
travel
do,
back and forth, or
no, we're all at
everybody has
one.
their
Yeah,
home? Okay.
yeah. But we take care of babies from birth all the way into adulthood. So for all our general pediatrics here.
Okay.
So it's really fun.
Great.
Yeah.
So, when you think prenatal care, obviously it has to do with the child. So,
Mhm.
talk to me about the importance of it, maybe like a time frame of when you should look for maybe a class for education about it.
What our prenatal class really tries to focus on is birth into those first like couple weeks to months of life. So, kind of what to expect in the hospital whenever you have your baby, things to think about maybe before you go into the hospital, all of the normal newborn screening and tests that everybody gets, regardless of anything else going on. And then, kind of getting out of the hospital into our clinic, how often you're coming to appointments, things that are emergencies in babies, common questions or issues that come up with having a newborn at home. And so we try to really focus on the baby's care, which I think is what separates our class a little bit from the other ones that are a little more focused on mom, as far as having the pregnancy and that sort of thing.
Oh, I
So,
really like that
mhm.
angle of it, like you said. So it focuses more on the child. So is there a specific time once in your journey of your pregnancy to take a class?
Right. No, you're welcome to come to the class at any point. I would say probably, you don't have to worry about anything until after you get into the trimester. After 20 or 24 weeks is a good time to start thinking about, setting up some of those next steps. The first, few weeks, months, focus on yourself, take care of yourself, don't worry about the baby quite yet. When you're getting a little bit closer to that 30-week mark is when I would start thinking about, okay, do we have some car seats? Do we need to, put that in a safe sleep space for the baby, that sort of thing. As far as, a lot of people like to meet pediatricians before they choose one. All of us are welcome to prenatal visits. And so we always will do those free of cost for the family. Some people like to just put a face to a name, kind of feel out different, personalities and how we approach things, or know where they're going to go for that first visit once you're out of the hospital. And so we are always welcome to, open to doing that as well. You don't have to like ask our permission at any point, which is a question we get a lot too. But whenever you go in to have the baby at the hospital, that's one of the questions that they ask is, do you have a pediatrician picked out? If you do, that's the time that you tell them, and then they're the ones that notify us with all the pertinent information.
Okay. So is same question. Is
Uh-huh.
there a time frame that makes the most sense still in kind of that second
I think
trimester?
second into third. It's not something
Right.
I would rush into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
not like, oh gosh, all right.
No.
Okay. So is the are the classes led by pediatricians?
Yes, we
Okay.
usually have three or four of us there, depending on who's available, and just to give some different perspectives and meet different people as well.
And they're all here at some place within the clinic, correct?
Yes, so we hold all the classes at the Perkins Road location. So
Okay.
the main pediatric or a main Baton Rouge Clinic site, but in the pediatrics building, which we do have a separate entrance, which throws people off a little bit. Um, and usually in one of our waiting rooms, we'll push some chairs together, offer some snacks, and it's pretty casual and low
Sure,
key.
which is
Yeah.
great. So
Hmm.
that makes people more comfortable to ask
Right.
questions and
Yeah.
get involved.
Hmm.
And I understand it's free
Yes.
and it is
Hmm.
open to people who are not necessarily Baton Rouge Clinic patients.
Correct. Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. So
Hmm.
it's open to the public.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned earlier, which I hadn't even thought about that.
Uh-huh.
So obviously, first child, I know
Yes.
probably mom, dad
Uh-huh.
are like, what do we need to do?
Right.
But with this, the second and the third child,
Hmm.
do you still recommend prenatal classes just because of things changing or?
Completely up to the family.
Okay.
I would say probably not. If you
Okay.
just had a child 2 years ago, you're more than welcome to come. But usually at that point, you're already established with a pediatrician that you could ask those questions to if anything changed, or who would be telling you already, if anything changed. If you had a longer gap between children, or if you had one parent that had a previous child, another one who didn't, then that, we welcome whoever wants to come.
Do mom and dad typically come, or is it just mom?
It depends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've had
So everybody's
we've
welcome.
had parents come with their parent. If there's a grandmother who is going to be taking care of the baby, for example, for a period of time, or if your partner who you're having a baby with. I've had, I think, a sister come as well one time too. Again, just for some extra support.
Sure.
And
more ears to listen.
Yes. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Well, this sounds fantastic. And so how would people go about signing up for these classes?
So if you go to our website, there's a sign up link and a page with more information. We have lots of different handouts about car seat safety, breastfeeding, some different topics like that in it as well. We also will have all of those packets available at the class if you're not able to register enough in advance. And then you just show up in time for the class.
Thank you so much for your
Yeah.
time today and kind of explaining to
Mhm.
everyone about what's available and, that they can come here and it's free. And, obviously the pediatric care that they receive here throughout the journey of the child is
Yes.
perfect. So if you are an expectant mother or friends of someone, guys, don't forget, support local. Come and sign up for the prenatal classes here at the Baton Rouge Clinic.